we're back. I got a few treasures and shit.
Leveled up a little bit.
Leveled up 2 levels, and then I got bored. So we're gonna go to Olympus, actually. Whee!
Let's go!
Yeah! Adventures! I mean, we don't know this place, but
Yeah,
adventures!
where are we going? I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's gummy ship time. I actually don't mind. I don't know if we talked about this and it got cut out. I don't mind the gummy ships in this game. I actually like it more than the gummy ships in the second game. I really fucking hate the flying in that one.
Aren't there like bogus like trophies or tasks that you have to use for the gummy ship though?
Yes!
Yes!
Like, for the most part, they're not too bad. Like, they'll be like, oh, you have to like have like this fast engine and you have to use it like 10 times between like Traverse Town and like Wonderland and like things like that. That's fine. And then they'll have ones like, oh, like, see those purple squares? Like, one of them is like, shoot every single one of them, don't miss them. Like, it's hard-ish, but like you can get like lasers and stuff, and you can like throw on like 10 guns.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah,
shoot everything.
yeah. So it's not bad. Like things like that, like they're kind of tedious, but whatever. And then they have ones where it's like you can only have like the cockpit and an engine, and you have to use that, and you can't hit anything. You have to get a score of 0 between these worlds, and it's like, excuse me, like towards the end of the game, so it's like everything is everywhere, and you're like, holy shit, you know, just like that.
Exactly like that.
So it's like, that's really fucking hard, and it's stressful. And then there's like ones that are like, oh, get a score of like blah blah blah. But if you like this is for like when you go to like, it's for like Atlantica. If you go like to, if you go to Atlantica before you go to Halloween Town, fucking Monstro like shows up and it fucks you up and you cannot do it.
Oh,
and you have to like restart.
Yeah.
So like shit like that is bullshit, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it
but,
just
like,
sucks because it's not a matter of skill. It's just like, oh, you went to the wrong place.
Yeah,
first.
and like I mean, I always go to Atlantica first, and then like, so like Monstro's in between Agrabah and Atlantica. And so, like, that's annoying. I didn't know that, so, like, for the longest time, I was, like, trying to get, like, a high score or whatever, and I was like, this is impossible, there's not enough time.
Yeah.
And so I, like, looked it up, and they're like, oh, yeah, you have to go to Halloween Town after, Agrabah. I was like, that's bullshit!
Yeah.
You know? So, like, stuff like that I don't like. They brought back the missions, for Kingdom Hearts 2, and I was just like... I was like, I'm so done with missions that I just like instantly just looked up how to do it and just followed guides. I was just like, I don't care. I just do not give a shit.
Sometimes you just get to that point. You're like, I don't have the energy to like try and figure this out right now, so I'm just gonna look it up.
And so like, yeah, I had like looked it up and like they're like, oh, you have to make your ship like this and do this, and I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. I never would have figured this out. I'm too stupid. I fucking went to Western. Like, I went to the college for the fucking lazy and the stupid. You really think I can figure this simple shit out? Oh, no, nothing yet.
My excuse is always, I went to art school. People are
I
like,
should have gone to art school, man.
Like, hey Jess, do you know what this is? And I'm like, I went to art school. I don't know.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I went to school for sociology, and people are like, oh, that's a science, right? I'm like, well, I mean, if you want to get into, like, technicalities, not really, but whatever.
Yes, it's a science. Social science.
Yeah, but, like, there's too many variables, you can't, like, get, like, actual results, so people say... So people say you can't, like, count it as a science. I mean, I see both sides of that argument, but I just think it's funny when people are like, oh, it's a science. And I'm like, do you really want to get into this conversation? Because I know they don't, because they don't actually know what it is. I told people, like, also, like, oh, I'm in sociology. They're like, that sounds like a science? I'm like, yeah, it is. Do you know what it is? They're like, do you do social work? Like, no. Just because it has
like
social in it doesn't mean it's the
Heroes
same.
are coming from all over.
I don't know if I
ferocious
mentioned, so I'm
monsters
running
right here in
the
a
sociology
Coliseum.
section at work now, in addition to video games.
Yeah!
Yeah, so it's super, I, like, spent all my hour when I was shelving. I work in a bookstore now, FYI, no longer the sex shop. Working
No longer
at a
selling
bookstore
those
now.
dildos
Yeah.
that shock you to death. Sorry, vibrator.
Yes, vibrator, get it right. But yeah, I'm just so distracted looking at all the books. And just like, oh man, I love this section.
I really love sociology.
But yeah, it's pretty obvious that no one fucking knows what sociology is, because I'm going through all the books that were sorted into my section, and I'm just like, what the, like, this one goes to art, this one is like arts and crafts, this one is science, like, and no one knows what sociology is, apparently.
No, people are either like, so it's psychology, and I'm like, well, I mean, if you want to talk about it on a macro level of psychology, then yeah, it can be.
Yeah, like,
but it's
into
like,
it, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, I can say it because I was a major.
Right.
Like, sociology.
You know better than I do.
Sociology, like, overall is kind of bullshit because it's so general that, like, it's really hard to apply it to, like, jobs if you don't want to be, like, fucking market researching, which is like, yeah, like, basically all my professors were like, yeah, so you're either gonna do fucking market stuff and do like stats for that, or you're gonna get a job teaching sociology. Have fun with the world, people. And we were all like,
why did we major in this?
So it's like, you know, like, for all like intensive purposes of this, I studied basically, like, sexuality, gender, race, things I was interested in.
Yeah.
Nothing that's actually gonna help me in the real world, you know? Like,
sure, it'll help you with the discourse.
Listen! Like, no one believes me. My one class was us watching porn and us talking about, like, what, like, social constructs were in the porn. And we had to watch porn.
That's really interesting, actually.
I mean, it was weird because, like, dudes would just,
watching, like, porn in class.
Yeah, and, like, dudes would be like, excuse me. We're like, we know you're gonna jack off in the bathroom!
Try to hide your boner.
Yeah, so it was like, we know what you're doing!
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, it'd be like, oh, what'd you notice of this? And, like, we would, like, start talking about, like, the choking shit, and then it's like, this is kind of weird that's in class.
Yeah. Well, it's always interesting, because, like, I don't know, I feel like porn is such a weird thing. Like,
Yeah, no.
I don't think porn is inherently bad, but so much of the porn that's out there now is just really harmful, and it perpetuates so much violence against women, and, like...
Wow, are you in my sociology classes? I mean, look, like, that is legit what we would talk about.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't, like, I have a problem with the porn industry, but I don't think porn is necessarily bad.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing inherently bad about porn.
Yeah, no,
So,
same.
I just think, I think it's a really interesting conversation to have, you know?
Woo! Look at that. Did you
Look
see
at
that,
you.
Skills? I like how we were also like, we won't talk during cutscenes.
No.
But, okay, like,
that went out the window pretty
basically,
fast.
like, Phil thought we were Hercules, and then we were like, no, we're not, and he was like, LOL, you're like a fucking weak baby. And so now I'm proving it to him.
Okay. I know we mistook you as Hercules, but,
Yeah, so now I just have to prove I'm tough shit.
which you obviously are.
Yeah, did you see
You're
that?
the toughest 12-year-old on the block.
I'm 14!
I'm sorry.
But no, like, yeah, one of my classes was like, yeah, just watching porn. Oh, did you see that sick shit?
did.
Sick moves, brah. Was like watching porn, and then another one would be like, alright, let's talk about wet nurses. And it's like, oh, this is getting weird, guys.
Wet nurses of all
Yeah.
things.
Or then it would be like, hey, let's talk about, like, systemic oppression. So it's like, let's talk about jacking off, and then racism.
The two go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah, or it'd be like, oh, let's talk about what,
Looks like I'm headed for the games.
percentage of black people in the neighborhood is considered good or bad for retailer or realtors. 17%, by the way, is the maximum.
Well, are you serious?
Yeah, it's between
What the
5
fuck?
and 17% is considered a good neighborhood because you need at least one black family to show that you're progressive, but not too
Oh
progressive.
my god, that's so fucked up.
Yeah, so like, I learned shit like that, and then it's like, alright, let's look at how this guy jacks off. That was my fucking education.
Sorry, instead I just got to watch performance art of people jacking off, you know? So, so not quite the same, but
But so it's like I have like a lot of like random information, but oh wait, no, I don't want to.
Oh,
I'm
are you
sorry.
training?
Yeah, it's gonna be the barrels
yeah,
again.
that's fine.
I'm sorry, everyone. I was busy thinking about
jacking off!
But like, yeah, so I have like a lot of really random information, a lot of random stats. None of it is usable. You know,
I mean, it's super usable right now.
fuck me. I fucked this up. I'm probably not gonna make it.
Oh my god!
I'm not gonna make it.
Not gonna make a record, that's for sure.
Oh god, Sora! Oh, close
Just
call.
barely.
How did we start talking about this?
I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
I forgot. I gotta leave. I think.
Leaving them.
I don't know who I am anymore.
You say that a lot.
I do.
It's because
rather
none of us knows
stubborn,
who we are.
wouldn't you
What
say?
is reality? Oh, it's James
Oh,
Woods!
hey,
Hey,
Hey!
Wait, let me guess. You want to enter the games, right? Well then, hey, get a load of this.
bro! Like, how fucking short is Sora?
I know, he's so tiny.
It's all yours.
Either
Good
that
luck,
or
kid.
Hades is fucking
I'm pulling
massive.
for you,
Might be
little
both.
shorty.
Probably both. I know it's so, like, stereotypical, but I love Hades and Persephone. Like, any and all references to that myth, any and all retellings of that myth, I love it. I love it so much.
I'm really bad of, like, my Greek mythology, so, like, whenever people are like, oh, I love Hades and Persephone, I'm like, isn't that she the one who, like, was stuck in, like, in the underworld with him, but then would come up in the spring or something? I don't know.
Yeah, you got it! You got the general idea, that's all that
Like,
matters.
I'm always interested in Greek mythology, but it's, like, it's a really weird thing of, like, Greek mythology, like, it just, like, no matter how much I read up on it, it, like, just, like, goes in, like, in one ear out the other or whatever. You know, like, I just
Doesn't
can't
help
remember
in-
it.
Yeah, a lot of it is also, like, all over the place,
Yeah.
too. you
Like, I know
and
more
there's
about-
so many different, like, retellings and stuff.
Right.
It's...
I know more about, like, was it Kronos and
Yeah.
Zeus and stuff
Yeah.
more than anything. But even then, I'm still like, oh, I know that because of paintings.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, like, I am interested in it, and I would love to, like, just sit down and, like, read it all, but I never do. Oh,
I have
who could
them.
it be?
Who could it be? That cape!
That hair. You're not Riku.
He's better than Riku.
It's an emo kid.
My favorite! No, but I have Edith Hamilton's mythology if you ever want to borrow it.
Okay.
It's like easy. It's very readable.
I have 4 of your books right now, so maybe once I finish one of them.
Whenever you get around to it.
I'm really bad at reading.
And I keep buying books and taking too long to read them. I don't have any more room on my bookshelves. I work in a bookstore. It's really bad. I just keep accumulating things.
Like, it's really funny to say that I'll, like, be like, oh, I'm tired, it's, like, midnight. I'll just go up now and read for an hour. And then I'm like, I don't have the energy to read. And so I'll just sit on the couch until, like, 4 a.m. And then it's like, wow, I should have spent that time reading. But, like, I don't know. Like, when I actually start to read, I enjoy it. But it's just, like, getting to do it is,
Yeah.
like, such a hassle.
Yeah.
And I always, like, I hate that about myself.
Well, I know it's kind of like depending on what I'm reading, like a lot of nonfiction stuff where it like takes a lot of brain power to like concentrate on
Don't
like,
hit me.
like, I get that, you know? Like, I'm trying to read more nonfiction now, and I have a book that I've been reading for, like, weeks and weeks, and that is normally pretty out of the ordinary for me. I can breeze through nonfiction.
I was gonna say, aren't you
stuff.
really fast?
Yeah, I'm pretty fast. I just get sucked in and I need to know what happens. So, like, I get that, though. But I'm also pretty much, I mean,
Nothing
especially
to
in middle school, I didn't have any friends. I just read all the time.
See, I didn't have... No, actually, middle school, I had a lot of friends. I hung out with, like, the, like, kids who would, like, be the soon-to-be dropouts.
Yeah.
So, that's what my middle school was like.
Yeah.
And then in high school, I was just always drawing and hating life.
Yeah, that too. That
You
too.
know, I always think of, I don't know what the fuck it's from, but, like, it's this, like, dude in a really deep voice, and he's like, darkness! No!
What?
Yeah, and it's like, no, parents! And, like, it's just like there's a bunch of videos, and it's always, like, a character, like, brooding with that, like, over it. And, like, basically that was my high school.
Oh, man.
Like, like me just, like, sitting there like everything is horrible.
Being an emo kid.
But so, like, when I think back of it now, because that stupid video with that, or stupid videos with that voiceover,
Yeah.
like, I always hear it, and when I think back to high school, like, I'll, like, think of a memory, and I just hear that. Darkness. No, it's just the way, I'm gonna have to find it.
Yeah, find it, because I need to know.
Because it really is, like, this really deep, weird voice. I don't know, it cracks me up. Like, there's one of Terra, and it's like, oh, I don't know if I should say it.
Yeah,
like,
if it's a spoiler, don't say
Yeah.
it. Don't say it.
well, like, it's just like him after a certain event happens in the game,
Mm-hmm.
in Birth by Sleep, and it's like overlaid with like the darkness, no parents theme.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it fucking cracks me up every time. So like, whenever people are like, oh, Terra was
That
so
little punk
dramatic,
is your
that's
next
all I
opponent,
hear in my
okay?
head.
Don't blow it. Just take him out.
The great god of the underworld is afraid of a kid? Sorry,
Oh,
but
did
my
you see his
contract
shoes?
says...
I know. You think I don't know? I wrote the contract. I know it says you're only required to kill Hercules in this tournament. But you gotta fight that kid to get to him. Come on. Hey, it's like that old goat says. Rule number 11. It's all just a game. So let loose and have fun with it. I mean, a casualty or two along the way. It's no big deal, right?
Look at those belts.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I know a lot of
It's
people
different
think
than
this
what's
is
going
Cloud's
on.
best design. I don't like
What?
it.
Yeah, I'm not
I
crazy
don't
about
like
it.
it at all.
Yeah.
Like, I actually really like his Advent Children look the most.
I do too, and I wonder if it's just because like that was my first introduction.
Yeah, I
to
like-
them, you know,
like,
so I'm like attached
Guess
to
what?
that
Fake
version
gamer
of
girl
her.
moment.
Yeah.
Neither of us have played Final Fantasy
Not
VII.
played Final Fantasy VII. Oops.
I'm good. Like, okay, don't worry, people. When the remake comes out, I'm gonna play it and the original at the
Yeah.
same time because
Yeah.
I want to compare. I want to go in with an open mind. I want to see if, like, because everyone's like, oh, Nomura's gonna Nomura it up, you know?
Nomura it up.
Because they're like, oh, he likes things like too flashy,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't. Like, whatever. I like gaudy, flashy shit.
Yeah,
So
I
like,
don't mind as long as the content is still good.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Don't die.
Oh god.
Don't die.
I'm wasting it. I'm not paying attention. But people are like, oh, I don't want to play remake because they're gonna like, I mean, cut it off and all that jazz. But they're like blaming Nomura for it.
Yeah,
And they're like,
I think that's kind of weird.
yeah, and they're like, oh, he's gonna make it too flashy. I don't know. I like his games. I like his style. He's a total like punk kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like his shit.
Yeah.
I like Advent Children.
Yeah, I did too.
Like, I know what Final Fantasy VII was about, but so like, you know, I went in knowing it, and like when I watched Advent Children, I liked Advent Children. I know
Yeah.
like diehard 7 fans seem to hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, fucking wake up, you assholes!
Yeah, no, I do want to play it.
Ah! Fine, I'm wasting it.
I want to play the earlier Final Fantasy games because I haven't. I've only
Right.
really played the more recent ones. So I am curious about them, and I do want to play them.
Can't believe I'm wasting fucking items on that.
But yeah, I'd want to play the original 7 as well as the remake. I
Same.
don't want to just play the remake.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably like the remake more, not having the nostalgia from the original one, and also just because, you know, it's gonna look a lot better.
Yeah.
And I know that's like a shallow, superficial thing, but it's
for
also
me,
like,
it's really hard to play, like, especially 8-bit games. I just can't get into them.
Yeah.
So, like, I do want to play Chrono Trigger, but it's like, not. I know that's not 8-bit. That's 16-bit. Whatever. You know what I meant, people.
Yeah.
But it's like, I can't stand that art style. I'm sorry, like, with all, like, the pixel shit coming out lately, I'm like, I can't. I hate it.
See, I don't mind it. I think it's,
I don't know
especially,
why.
like, pixel art,
I just
think
really
can be,
hate pixel art. I hate it.
I think it can be really cool. I have a respect for it.
I have a respect for it.
Yeah.
I just think it's like, with how I feel about, like, Impressionists, I hate it. I cannot stand it.
Do you really?
I hate it so much.
No way.
It's one of my least
didn't know
favorite.
that.
Oh yeah, it's one of my least favorite art styles. I cannot stand it.
I shouldn't really be surprised because I know you like more realistic stuff.
Yeah.
But it depends on the impressionist for me. Honestly, it depends on the painting. It depends on who's painting it. Because some
It's like,
impressionist
listen,
stuff,
I can't do it because I hate it. Like, it's just a style I've never been able to, like, even, like, comprehend.
Yeah.
So I really respect it. Like,
Yeah.
if you are into it, like, if you wanted to show me paintings, I will look at them and, like, please explain to me, like, everything you love about it. I really am curious. You know, I love to, like, see other people's take. I know I can lose this fight and whatever, but I'm just sticking around.
Yeah, might as well try and win. Come on.
But so, like, yeah, like, show it. I want to see your passion. Like, but don't, like, go in being like, I'm going to make you like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, like, that's how I feel about, like, 8-bit, 16-bit pixel art, is I really don't like it, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah. And I think that's the main thing, like, it's fine if you have your own personal taste as long as you can still appreciate it for what it is. You know, maybe you don't particularly like it, but as long as you
Fuck!
still respect it.
I thought I was being slick.
Yeah, not so much. But yeah, no, when I started, so, only really recently, again, more, you know, fake gamer girls, only recently have I played through, any of the Metal Gear games.
Oh!
I had to start with, Metal Gear Solid, because I tried playing the first two 8-bit games, and I couldn't do it. I was so bad at them. I was like, it's gonna take me, like, a year to get through either of these. It was pretty bad.
What's gonna happen?
Oh, man.
Sora, no! Aw, let down. Bogus, bruh.
Bogus.
Yeah, no. I'm really, like, as you know, I really like some more classical art, like, high classical, Greek, Baroque. I know it's funny, I really love Rococo art.
Yeah,
I really love how gaudy and ugly it is, but it's always, like, very realistic, but then, like, oh, here's all this gold bullshit.
Yeah.
So I really love Rococo, too. But yeah, I don't know. Man, we're getting into art nerdy shit.
It's funny. Well, because I was just looking at all of those old, like, Renaissance paintings of super buff babies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Entertaining myself with that.
Alright.
It's like, are we at a good stopping point?
Yeah, I was also gonna say, I'm gonna save. I'm not gonna beat Cerberus now, because what I always do is I, like, get up to that point, and then I go to Deep Jungle so I can, like, beat it and get Cure.
Mm-hmm. And then,
yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I think, Clayton is harder to beat, I don't know, that's just what I do, people. I'm weird, okay?
It's alright, it's your playthrough, you can do whatever you want.
So that's what I'm gonna do. So,
Alright.
yeah.
Alright, till next time.
Alright. Woo!